Hey, grace and peace, everyone. This is Charles here with your Midweek Recharge. And this week, I want to talk about contentment. But contentment within the context of accepting less than what's yours. What do I mean by that? Well, I think many of us, when we think about Christianity, we think about submission. We think about turn the other cheek. We think about taking the high road. And all of those things are absolutely accurate, and all of those things are absolutely true. In fact, one of the prolific contributors to Scripture, a gentleman by the name of Paul, writes that he is found in all things to be content, whether he's doing really well or struggling. He found that the key is to be content. And contentment is, I think, the goal, is finding that equilibrium. The issue is when contentment becomes an excuse for accepting less than what's out there for you, less than what's available. Perfect example. Many of you may be aware, you've heard the news recently of the former head football coach of the National Football League's Miami Dolphins, Brian Flores, has filed a lawsuit against the NFL, along with a couple of other teams, alleging unfair hiring practices and calling these practices racist. And in addition to that, also alleges that his former owner, Stephen Ross of the Miami Dolphins, bribed him to throw games. Some serious allegations here. Now, the temptation for many of us is to look at Coach Flores and look at the success that he's achieved up to this point, the financial gain, the notoriety, and say, look, man, you had your shot. They gave you a few years. You didn't deliver at their expectation. Be content. Move on. Try to get another head coaching job. Go back to being a defensive coordinator. You're still making more money than 99% of the world's population. Be content. But Coach Flores realizes that there's something more at stake. There's something greater available to him and potentially generations to come after him. God has something greater for those of us that are willing to look for it. And contentment just might be an excuse for accepting less than what God has for you. My challenge for you this week is to push yourself in deep meditation and prayer and discover what God really has for you. Contentment is a good thing as long as you're content with everything that God has for you. Let that be your recharge.